And that was a pretty exciting game number one. I love seeing different stuff like that, but here we are, game number two. We're playing on Danube, and we will have the English for MarineLorD. We will have the Mongols for Kasva.
Looks
What is
like
the key here for the English, Lita?
it's difficult to say because, as I said, I feel like the biggest thing for them is not to die to the men-at-arms and the springolds in early Castle Age. Late game options are very, very good for the English, I believe, against the Mongols, and in general against Mongols, you want to play a longer game. But it's going to be difficult to survive until then, because you could easily get flooded by feudal age units or castle age units as well, men-at-arms or potentially lancers. As you see, MarineLorD is going for a dock strategy. But is that dock even going up? The Khan is on the way here for Kasva.
Khan is on the way. Is it going to spot the villager? Yes, indeed it does spot the villager going out for that dock, and that is unfortunate for MarineLorD. Does the villager complete the dock in time? It should.
Yeah, it should complete it in time. Keep in mind that this dock is now seen by Kasva, so he can just make two spearmen and start burning it down. Looks like he's gonna try to save the villager, and I think he will.
Pulls her away right on time and sends a replacement for her, and he will finish the work that she started. That's time that the Khan hasn't been spending finding sheep as well.
Yeah,
So
that's a lot of time
MarineLorD
indeed.
has been looking around, although I look at MarineLorD Scout and he only has two sheep following him, so hasn't been that big of an impact maybe.
Yeah, at this point, the thing for MarineLorD is that he got his dock up, which is pretty decent considering that the Khan went right away to kill that villager. Dock is also coming in for Kasva, but you already got two scouts on the way.
Yeah, so he could burn down that dock quite quickly from MarineLorD. He got the double scout production, and he's sending them forward, and right now there's not really much response available for MarineLorD in Age 1.
Yeah, this is the problem with the forward docks on a map like this one or Ancient Spires against Mongols. They could just go for two scouts or spearmen and burn you down, and you see that Kasva didn't even have to make a production building for this. He just uses the town center to make two scouts and burn the dock down.
Mm-hmm. And that dock will die quite quickly here. Scout's doing 20 damage together per hit. So the fishing ship economy has not long to live. We'll see what the response is from MarineLorD. Meanwhile, the other dock is producing fishing ships from Kasva, and he's got a couple more scouts on the way too.
I like that. The thing is that two scouts take a lot of time to burn this dock down, and by the time you finish it, MarineLorD is going to get a lot of food from it. Two more scouts allows you to burn it down a little faster, and worst case scenario, you would just use those scouts to ferry in deer in the future, so it's not like those units are throwaway after you finish the dock.
There we go. All four scouts now attacking that dock. MarineLorD's strategy maybe in doubt a little bit here as the aggression from the Mongols earliest coming into play. MarineLorD seems unconcerned by this, though. He's just going to go out for a mining camp, gather a little bit of gold, and has no response until he moves up to the next stage.
Looks like Kasva was thinking about something even more aggressive, because that's a forward villager coming, and that's a tower foundation right on the wood line of MarineLorD.
Kasva also has 3 fishing ships out right now, so MarineLorD stalled out production at 4. Obviously, he's not going to keep the dock alive very long, so he didn't want to invest even more wood into that. I'd love to see like a sneaky dock from him. I'm sure Kasva would be right on top of that, but just an attempt for a sneaky dock, maybe in the corner where Kasva doesn't see it, would be great to still utilize these fishing ships.
Makes a lot of sense because you have a lot of fish to work with all around the river, so you can hide a dock anywhere. The most important thing for MarineLorD is that he got the resources he needed for Feudal Age, so he's on the way to Feudal, whereas Kasva won't be going up anytime soon, I believe, looking at those resources. Actually, it's pretty decent. He's not gonna be that much behind.
Well, he is finally here with the villager, and she's gonna start with the outpost, which will be right on MarineLorD's woodline. MarineLorD does not see this outpost as of yet. So he will have no idea that this is coming. And Kasva has sent the scouts around and will be hitting the gold from MarineLorD. Fortunately for the English, his villagers can shoot bows. So they should be able to push those scouts away for the time being.
It is a very good distraction by Kasva, though, because MarineLorD, he's focusing on those villagers in the gold mines, so he won't see the tower. And the thing is that when you're going longbows, it's actually pretty difficult to deal with towers unless you pull the villagers to burn them down. If you were playing spearmen, you would just burn that down pretty easily, but with archers, you have to get rid of that using villagers first.
In AoE 2, this would be the moment where we say he needs to wall that in, but there's no such option here. So the tower will be exposed until he fortifies it a little bit and gets some damage done. I love the way that Kasva is spreading out his scouts on the river. You can see over there to the north, he's got his Khan, he's got his scouts patrolling around. He's looking for that sneak dock that he thinks is coming from MarineLorD. And MarineLorD just hasn't even attempted to go for it.
MarineLorD still doesn't see that tower, and since no one is garrisoned, this tower isn't even shooting. Now, there is another tower coming in the crossing, and I'm starting to feel like we're going to see a lot of feudal age aggression here by Kasva, probably utilizing the Yam speed aura with those towers.
MarineLorD's going out for another dock, and Kasva is going to find out the scout. Excellent scouting from him. He also made an outpost in that ford, so he will be able to see if the fishing ships move and if any units are coming across. This seems like really good map control so far from the Turkish player.
Absolutely, and now that he's in feudal age, he can start making combat ships, so he will no longer need those scouts to deny the shoreline, and as you said, that dock is gonna get denied.
Yep. MarineLorD not expecting Kasva to be that heads up with his scouting. He's gonna lose a villager because of it, is engaging with the longbows, trying to take out that Khan from Kasva, and I think he's gonna get it here pretty soon. It sent another villager forward. So it wasn't even confident in his initial villager. Sent another one immediately after and will get the dock complete.
Speaking of Kasva, looks like he is not sending any combat ships right now, but so far Kasva's fishing economy was completely untouched, whereas MarineLorD's was idle, so Kasva had a massive advantage coming from that. There goes the tower from Kasva. Not sure what he exactly wanted to do with that, because it never really was utilized, and I love how the villagers have a torch in one hand and a massive pile of wood on the other.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe that's their fire starter, Lita. You never know. Don't knock it till you try it, you know? Ooh, Kaz was finding another villager up there in the north, and MarineLorD having to respond with the longbows, and he's going to continue to chase that Khan away. Kasva has done such a good job this game, Lita, just purely on map control. Getting that dock down with the scouts, scouting the second dock from MarineLorD, keeping the Khan alive, getting the outpost behind the woodline, and more importantly, in this forward area here.
That outpost
Very
was
nice.
life-saving because he wanted to make a dock here, and he lost one of the villagers, and this tower was the one that saved the others, so this is the reason why this dock can go up for Kasva.
I think the concern for Kasva here might be that he can't directly engage against this longbow army yet. MarineLorD's been building this up. Obviously, didn't really have to make any military buildings. He had it from his landmark. So Kasva can't take the fight as of yet. He's going to have to be hitting MarineLorD's economy along the edges and not down the middle.
Yeah, but he's got a pretty sizable army of longbows right now. Also a couple of men-at-arms mixed in, so they can start taking down towers. However, if Kasva secures the river, he's gonna have the better food income with the fish, and probably just go Castle Age for men-at-arms. Look at the amount of villagers Kasva has queued up on his town center.
I mean, that's a few. If it was Abbasid, I'd be like, oh, it's not that bad. They're cheap, but he's playing as the Mongols. That's a lot of food invested in queuing up villagers. You can tell he's focused on other things currently, Lita, as he comes into the fish. The fishing ships will get healed a little bit by being near that dock, but the junks are the only military ships on the field currently, or sorry, on the river currently. And he will be able to take out quite a few of those before he has to retreat from the longbowmen, MarineLorD.
Looks like Kasva sends a fishing ship forward. That might be a misclick from him. I assume he wanted to just repair those ships, and it looks like he's retrying that tower behind that wood line.
What's
It's a
that
second
village?
effort.
Look at the HP on that villager.
Oh.
It's theoretically it's a villager. It's 2/50ths of a villager right now. He's bleeding to death.
Looks like MarineLorD doesn't see the tower though, so that might still go up, although the longbows are heading this way, so... Oh. MarineLorD hasn't seen the tower yet.
Nope. I think he senses something. He doesn't quite know. His spidey senses are tingling. But he doesn't know where it is, and he's going to pay attention to the Navy at the top now. Kasva coming in again with those junks. MarineLorD, though, with the galley within range of the docks, so he's getting healed, trying to repair with the fishing ships. Now garrisoning in the dock with the fishing ships. We'll probably bring those out again to repair.
It looks like the tower still was not spotted, but so far MarineLorD's fishing eco was idle, so it's pretty impressive that he's the one closer to Castle Age with resources. Actually, oh wait a minute. MarineLorD is not going up. Kasva's almost up to Castle Age.
Step readout is coming in. It's going to get a little bit more gold. And it looks like a one town center play here for Kasva.
Makes a lot of sense. He's got a lot of fishing eco, and with that blacksmith completed in a moment, he's gonna get the infantry siege upgrade, and here come the double man-at-arms. This is the time of the game where it's going to be very difficult for MarineLorD to hold.
Kasva, if you're wondering, is at 50 villagers, and MarineLorD is at 41 right now, and Kasva has the age advantage. So MarineLorD, the favorite coming into this set, Lita, looks to be in a position where he might go down 2-0 if this game continues this way.
Absolutely, especially because this is the best window for the Mongols that's just now coming up. There's a tower as well, so that's harassing the wood line out here. The river is mostly in the control of Kasva. Now he can go for demo ships as well. So from this point on, he's got majority map control, and he could even go for the sacred sites if he wants to.
MarineLorD, though, going for the King's Palace, so he will have a second town center producing villagers. So he will start to catch up a little bit on the economic units. Obviously, Kasva having those fish for quite a long time is going to be a problem for him as the junks come in again and attack this galley. The galley healing against 3 junks, though, with the dock right by. It should die still.
It should. And there could be a war junk coming in to destroy that dock as well. I feel like MarineLorD has to give up on the water at this point because it seems very unlikely that he can take it back. And there's the deer stones being pulled right in the face of MarineLorD. Men-at-Arms soon assembling the siege weapons as soon as the infantry siege upgrade finishes.
It's almost insulting having this deer stone set up right outside your base.
Yeah, it's a little bit like the howdy neighbor approach.
Yeah. All right, the longbowmen are going to go forward. They won't be able to do too much damage to that landmark. So they're going to back up a little bit. Obviously, the outposts are there still, and he has to be concerned about the Navy from Kasva. Now, let's see when Kasva starts producing land military to really push MarineLorD back. He's got a couple men-at-arms on the field, and he's sending them across the middle. But the villager count is getting closer and closer here for MarineLorD as he's utilizing his landmark and his town center to make vills.
Yeah, Kasva will have to be aggressive here, otherwise he will get outboomed, but he's gonna have mangonels pushing those wood lines soon. And you see, one of the wood lines is denied by a tower, the other one is gonna be shelled by a mangonel, so wood income is gonna be a problem for MarineLorD soon.
Alright, Council Hall, he's getting the camp technology here for his longbowmen, so they heal a little bit. Not sure how much that's going to help against 2 mangonels. We'll see what he can do against this. He's still fishing as well, MarineLorD. He's managed to save those, but the mangonels are coming in, trying to snipe the villagers. Longbowmen trying to stay out of range of those siege weapons, and the men-at-arms are protecting them quite nicely.
Indeed, there's even a scout followed by sheep in the battle. A couple of knights coming in here for MarineLorD.
Okay, Knight manages to get a Mangonel. He does get taken out though, and Kasva has given up, or sorry, MarineLorD has given up on this game. Kasva goes ahead 2-0, Lita.
Whoa. Now that is a shocker, I would say. We were talking about how good Mongols could be in any matchup. It's just one of the most powerful civilizations out there, but it's also the way Kasva used them. So he was very aggressive and just made sure that he has the better fishing geek over MarineLorD, beat him to Castle Edge, and from that point on, it's men-at-arms and siege.
Yeah, we said Mongols could be a threat here. MarineLorD maybe a little bit late going for that second dock, or maybe you shouldn't go for that second dock at all. Maybe you shouldn't go for a dock at all at the beginning, as we saw the scouts from the Mongols doing so much damage to that MarineLorD, focusing on saving his villagers at the beginning of the game, and Kasva just laughing his way to the victory with all of that map